For last, we are joined by rugby royalty Sevens superstar Dan Norton. Dan Norton, where are you? There you are. Thanks so much for joining us. Just to let people know just how utterly brilliant you are. You are the leading try scorer in World Sevens rugby, and we're delighted to have you with us. The reason we're having you with us is because you've signed up with London Irish. Tell us how this has happened.
Yeah, so I've been lucky enough to get a contract with London Irish for the short term. Been playing Sevens for 10 years, and off the back of that now, there's some funding issues with the RFU, but I've been able to join London Irish on a short-term contract to try and play some 15s again.
I guess in an ideal world, this wouldn't have happened because you'd be playing Sevens, but clearly the Sevens series impacted by the coronavirus, but also there have been cuts now to the Sevens programme with the RFU. So whilst we're excited to see you, you probably wish this wasn't happening, I guess.
Yeah, surely, yeah, because should have probably been coming back from the Olympics now I've selected, probably with a hangover and hopefully a medal. But obviously, unfortunately, that's kind of been taken out of our control, was pushed back to next year. But yeah, the landscape's changed massively for us as England Sevens players. But at the same time, I've got an amazing opportunity now with London Irish in the short term just to see, how I can go.
How was the news broken to you that it was going to impact Sevens so severely? And then how are things put in place for you to rejoin 15s for a brief period?
Yeah, so I think in light of the pandemic, everything these days is done over Zoom calls. So we had a team meeting. We've been kept up to date from the RFU's point of view and how they were trying to raise some funding from UK sport, which didn't happen. And then the programme has now ceased to happen post-August. So yeah, pretty gutting to hear that, pretty gutting from the past 3 or 4 months having positive chats to then be told that there's no contract and no program moving forwards. Again, especially being this season, running into the Olympics and having that as the carrot at the end of the year and that real massive push to the Olympics to then have it cut from us and taken from us has been pretty gutting to take, to be fair. Was there a certain amount of anger amongst the players, you and your colleagues? I think it's kind of been a long time coming in the sense that we've been having these chats for the past, 2 or 3 months. I think at the end of the day, it's pretty gutting and frustrating that we are in this position. I get the fact of rugby as a whole around the world being, impacted differently by that. All the different unions are finding that they're in the same position. But yeah, definitely from off the back of, getting a medal in Rio 2016 to then pushing this year to try and get another medal. And then having that taken away from us, a year out from next year's Olympics now, was quite a tough pill to swallow. But again, that hasn't changed. Apart from obviously being full-time in Sevens, the goal for a lot of us, the goal for all of us is still to have that opportunity next year in Tokyo. Just the landscape has completely changed of how we would get there.
Of course, that medal in Rio is as a GB team. One of the solutions put forward is that there's a permanent GB team. I know that you're a fan of that, others aren't. Why do you think it would be such a good idea to have a permanent GB7 side?
I think if you look at the other nations, so New Zealand or South Africa, they will have a squad for 2, 3 years, 4 years building to the Olympics. Quite a settled squad, whereas we would have an England team, a Wales team, and a Scottish team. And we're vying against each other on the series, which is competitive. But at the same time, when you need to bring everything together to get the best 13 players to then combine a winning team for an Olympic gold, only having 13, 14 weeks or, 8 weeks as it was this time to try and, create something special and the rapport you need as a group is hard. So having that focus and having that Team GB feel, running into every major games is going to be a benefit to everybody on the whole.
Let's focus on the positive. You're with London Irish now through to the end of the regular season. London Irish have got big plans. They're playing at the Stoop at the moment, obviously, because their new home at Brentford isn't yet ready. But come the start of next season, that's where they hope to be playing their rugby. It looks amazing place, a new home for them in West London. They'll feel that that's where they need to be. What role do you play in? And are you looking forward to playing on a congested field with big fat players rumbling around, getting in your way?
Yeah, look, I think coming off the back of not being able to get the Olympics this year, the next opportunity and being able to get into 15s and, you know, a Premiership club was a goal I was always looking at. So having that opportunity now with a great club like London Irish, I'm excited by the opportunity. I think Sevens has really helped my game. Having the opportunity to play in front of 30, 40,000 people, the pressure, the playing against some of the world's greatest, you know, rugby players, you know, that only holds you in a good place. And I feel my game has massively improved over the last couple of years. And yeah, I'm just excited about getting back out there and just showcasing my skill. It's probably not going to be perfect, and I'm learning every day, but I'm competitive, and I got that drive to get better each day and to learn. And I've, you know, a great squad at Irish to help, you know, help me improve and get to where I want to get to.
We're just going to sing your praises now here. Austin, this is a player who excels at the Sevens game, and so many nations, South Africa, Australia, particularly the All Blacks, view the Sevens game as a pathway into the national team, the 15 side. What might Union learn from the brief appearance of Dan Norton in 15s?
That is rapid. It's difficult to tackle, and he likes scoring tries. I mean, interesting, Dan. I'd be interested to see where you fancy playing, on the wing or maybe at fullback. Maybe fullback might suit you a little bit more. Not chasing box kicks as much and fielding box kicks, but receiving the ball in open field with a lot more space in front of you. What's your thought? Are you keen on playing at 15? Yeah,
the way obviously London Irish play, they've got quite a fluid game plan, so it's not about just setting up on the wing. It's about trying to find work and, you know, working off the wing, as they always say. But the game plan for Irish really accommodates kind of my style and getting space in the middle of the pitch and around and wherever there are shoulders. So I'm looking forward to getting, you know, more touches and hopefully getting some more involvements.
Well, Dan, we're really looking forward to seeing you out on the field. Good luck with everything. Hopefully see you in London Irish colours very soon.